Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. Today I'm gonna start a new series that I've been kind of asked about a little bit, and it's just basically gonna be a series of videos going over um, tools that I use, reptile room hacks, snake room hacks, ways I do things, some of the tools I use, some of the products I use, ways that you guys can save money in your snake room and your reptile room, and just ways to just do things more efficiently, better ways to organize things, just things like that. So this is going to be the first video of a few videos of this series, and today we're going to be giving you guys 5 tips to better improve your snake room and up your snake keeping skills. All right, everyone. The first item on the list of the top 5 things that I'm going to recommend you to get to help improve your snake room and snake room keeping abilities, and just help streamline things and just make things easier for you. The first thing is going to be a cart, a utility cart like this. This one happens to be a Cobalt cart that I got from Lowe's. You don't have to get Lowe's. There's plenty of them on Amazon. There's all kinds of carts everywhere, but this cart here it's about 36 inches long. I think it's about 36 inches tall, and it's 2 feet deep, like 18 inches deep, something like that. But this thing makes my life really easy because, I have my gloves on here, got my hand sanitizer, I have my paper towel holder, and then, down here I have some cleaning supplies here. I've got more cleaning supplies here, chlorhexidine, some other cleaning supplies. I've got my sprayer on here. I've got just like a hand towel if I need to wipe something up real quick. Over here I got some Febreze back there. I have some of this stuff here in case anything gets like a little cut or something. I got my garbage bags. I have my probe kit. And then, up here, I also have, a pair of tongs. Metal tongs are here. A knife for, opening packages. When I get my feeder mice, they come, I just use this to open it. But that's pretty much that one. This cart here, I mean, it's Cobalt, so, it came from Lowe's, and it's a little bit more expensive than other ones that you can get. There are some ones you can get on Amazon for like $50, and, same thing like Harbor Freight and stuff. But, I've had some of the cheaper carts in the past, and I don't know. I saw this one at Lowe's with the way it's really light and the big wheels. See these wheels here? They're like nice and big, and so like when I'm rolling it around this room, it hardly makes any noise, and they're really smooth. And this thing is really durable. Obviously I got our two logos here and stickers. But yeah, so that's that Reptile cart. In the future, I'm gonna do like a full breakdown of this cart and like usually what I keep on it and how I use it. But like I'll even put, when I'm thawing out I'll grab one of these tubs up here, and I'll put all my frozen rodents in it, and then I'll set that on here, and I'll just wheel this thing. I'll just wheel this thing all around the reptile room, hitting each cage, making sure everybody gets fed. And it makes things really easy for me. And yeah, I just like it. So that's the cart, and we're gonna move on to the next item on our list today. All right, guys, the next item on the list is, yep, you guessed it, these 27-gallon tubs. Now, you don't need to get these 27-gallon tubs specifically. This is also 27-gallon. There's multiple different sizes that you can get, but having tubs to store your supplies and stuff in around your room really just helps to make everything look cleaner. Like as you can see over here, these two here, this one here has a lot of my decor stuff in it. It's got a lot. It's got, you know, my dubia roach food. It's just got a lot of random tools and a random extra silicone and stuff like that. And this one over here, this one here keeps all of my electronics for in the room. I've got extra LED strips. I've got extra power cords, connectors, zip ties, and then also a bunch of my labels and stuff like that are in there. But yeah, these tubs are just, they're really good, man. They just really are. And these clear ones here specifically are really, really nice to put, if you have venomous snakes, it's really nice to put them in there. So when you need to like clean their enclosure or something like that, because you can see into them, you know where their head is. And yeah, it's, instead of having it completely, you know, I used to use this here, instead of having it in here where you have no idea where the snake is, and sometimes they get up here on this lip and you go to open the lid and they're right there in your face. You don't have that problem with these. They're not as tall, but honestly, for the vipers and stuff that I have, it works really well. If you had a cobra or some form of a, you know, an elapid, you might want to get something that's a little taller, but these work really good for me for what I have. Yeah, so that's those. And then, you know, up here in these ones, this one here has all of my fake plants in it. Let's see if I can show you. It's got a whole bunch of fake plants in it. This one here is filled with pine needles and leaf litter that, you know, I use to put in my enclosures to make the floor of the enclosures look a little nicer. And then this one here is filled with some substrate that I was making up at the time. But yeah, these tubs, these 27-gallon tubs are great. And then also, you know, you can drill them pretty easily. I don't know if you can see, I'm gonna zoom in here. Yeah, I drilled holes on these. So some of these I've used in the past to transport snakes in, because it's a dark environment and it helps keep the snake calm when they need to travel. You know, if you're going to a reptile show or if you're selling a snake. These ones specifically are sold at Home Depot, Lowe's. I don't think Walmart sells them, but they're the black and yellow ones. I mean, you see so many snake keepers and reptile users are using these. Some people even build enclosures out of them. But these are really nice too, because if you have to ship venomous snakes, there's these holes here and you can zip tie all these shut. You can write venomous on it, and you can actually ship your snakes through Delta at the airports in these containers. You know, there's some other rules that go into that, and that's maybe a topic for a different video. But yeah, these are just really, really versatile tubs, and I love having them in the room and having them around and just on hand if I ever need them. Because yeah, sometimes they're holding stuff, you know, supplies, and then other times I need to empty them out so that way I can put a snake in them and transport snakes and stuff like that. So yeah, that's the second item on the list today, are totes. All forms of totes for holding supplies and snakes. All right, you guys, the next item on the list of must-haves for your reptile room is going to be some form of a sprayer. You know, a lot of people with bioactive enclosures these days, you know, you gotta mist the enclosures down. You know, it helps with, if you've got live plants in your room like I do, it really helps to water some of the plants. You can use it for misting down enclosures, you know, all sorts of stuff. But this one specifically is a Ryobi sprayer. It's a 1-gallon sprayer, but what it is it is battery powered. Now it's going to get loud, so if you don't want to hear how loud this thing can get, go ahead and mute the video now. But you see, all you have to do is hit this button and you pick up and you spray. And you don't have to there's no hand pump that you need to do. And then all you have to do is charge this battery. And it's the same battery that Ryobi uses for all their other tools. This thing cost me $80, and that's fairly expensive. However, I will tell you, the amount of time and effort it has saved me without having to use my hand to pump it up is worth its weight in gold. And for me, if something is expensive, I usually ask myself this question: how much time is it going to save me, and how much effort is it going to save me? And do I value my time and effort more than the amount that this will cost? And if the answer is yes, then I'll buy it. So for me, the $80 was easy spent because this is so valuable. It saves me a lot of time and a lot of effort, and my time is worth a lot more than $80. So yeah, that's why I got that. So anyways, yeah, it's a pretty simple thing to have on your list, but I think it is an absolute must-have. It has really, really changed the game in how fast I can, spray down enclosures and plants and stuff like that. So anyways, before we move on, let's say hi to Delilah. Hello, Delilah. You are looking nice and pregnant and ready to give birth to some bat wings. Please give us a nice healthy litter. Sorry, I'm kind of stumbling over my words today, but whatever, it's fine. And then up here is our other friend, the other Eastern Diamondback. We don't have a name for him yet, so if anyone can help think of a name, drop it in the comments below. Anyways, we're going to move on to the fourth item on our list today, and we'll be right back. All right, the next item on the list of essentials for your snake room that we're going to go over today is something that I see a lot of people doing, but not a lot of people talk about it. So the first thing is these dog bowls from the Dollar Tree right here. They are plastic. They look kind of tacky, but they're literally $1.25 because at the Dollar Tree, everything is $1.25. And depending on your state sales tax, it could be more, it could be less. But these dog bowls are this I don't know, there's like a thin plastic. They're $1. You can buy a whole bunch of them. They're really easy to clean and they're fairly large. I mean, if you can see, it's a fairly large water bowl for most snakes. And then what I really wanted to talk about was these. These are much bigger, as you can see. This is probably, let's see, I'll put my foot there. That's about how big they are. And yes, I have camo Crocs. Deal with it. But yeah, these are from Target. These were $5 a piece. These are the Bright Room Heavy Duty Storage Pans. You can buy them at Target. And I used to use these clear tubs up here for all my larger water bowls, like for my Crebos and for like my boa and stuff like that. And as you can see over here, I still am using those, but that's what we bought these for, because I bought these and put these in here, and man, these look so much better in person. It makes having a nice solid black water bowl as opposed to this clear, ugly looking thing in the enclosure is it just really, really helps advance the look of the enclosure. Now, obviously a gigantic natural looking water bowl would be ideal, but that's a project that we're planning on tackling at some point, probably when it gets warmer outside. Probably take all these bowls here and do a bunch of spray foam and grout and try to make them all look like natural and rocks and stuff. But that's gonna be a really long project. I might have to petition some of my friends and some of my YouTube viewers to come on down and help make some water bowls with me. But until then, they're $5 a piece, and they're really, really, really thick and durable. And I can just see them lasting a long time. So basically what I'm saying is, instead of going out to the pet store and spending, $30 on a ceramic water bowl, or, $30-$40 on one of these big water bowls that are, quote unquote made for reptiles, you can go and save a ton of money and get something even bigger that holds more water and is really easy to clean. You just literally take it out, spray it out with the hose, and yeah, you save yourself some money. And then you can take that money and turn around and invest it into other things like an expensive water sprayer. Anyways, that is the fourth item, water bowls. Oh, also before we leave, these pans here are also from the dollar store. As you can see, they're bigger than these, but not quite as big as these. And these are literally oil catch pans from the dollar store. That's all they are. Same thing as these. They cost $1.25. So yeah, that's all I really have to say about that. We're going to go ahead and move on to the fifth item of things that you must have in your reptile room. So stand by. All right, the fifth and final item on the list of things that you must have in your reptile room is going to be a space heater. And I would say to invest in a quality space heater. This space heater here, I believe it's from Target. I'm not 100% sure. But I would say invest in a quality space heater and also an air purifier. So this is my second space heater. This is a fairly cheap one. I got it from Walmart, I do believe, or Lowe's. It's a Honeywell. It works really well. It's like 7 years old. This thing never, ever fails me. But then also, to go along with the space heater, I would say get yourself as an air purifier. This here is a Levoit air purifier. It's got we'll go ahead and turn this off so it's not so loud. It has a giant filter in here, and it just filters your air in your room. And if you've ever owned snakes or lizards or anything like that, you know that they can smell. The enclosures can get musty and just stuff like that. And this here just, I don't know, I just like having it in here, and I've noticed a difference in here. The air quality is better, and I think that's important. So that is what I have to say about the air purifier. But I want to go ahead and just talk about the space heater here for a second, or some form of a wall heater, or you can get the the oil heaters. People have those too. I like these electric ones because if for whatever reason I lose power, my truck has a built-in wall outlet into it, and it can handle quite a lot of power. So if I ever lose power and for whatever reason my generator doesn't work, I will just turn my truck on and run an extension cord in here and hook up the space heater and have it go. I don't have to worry about filling it up with propane or gas or anything like that. So yeah, anyways, the space heater. I use the space heater to heat this room exclusively. Other than a few of my African snakes, they have individual belly heat. Most of the snakes are every single snake on this wall right here is all ambient. And the space heater, they work. It just keeps it nice and warm in here. And I would go to say that even if you're keeping all of your snakes on either heat mats or radiant heat panels or some form of individual cage heating, if you're not keeping the space that animals' enclosures are in, if you're not keeping that ambient temperature at least at a decent temperature, warmer than what humans are like, you're just kind of doing the animal a disservice, because at the end of the day, yes, it might have a hot spot to go sit on, but if the ambient temperature in your house is 60 degrees, then that's the air inside of your enclosure is going to be 60 degrees. And it's just not good for the snakes. I mean, 60 is probably not too bad. 60 is good for a lot of snakes. But you kind of understand what I'm saying here is if you're going to have a large collection, just get something to keep the temperature in the room at even at like a 70 or a 72. And then that way you can have your individual heating, and then you don't even have to worry about it. But that's what I got to say about that. Those are my first 5 items that I would say are absolutely essential for setting up a large snake room / reptile room. That's what I do. Just to recap on that real quick, we talked about the first one being a snake or some sort of a utility cart to keep all of your supplies and tools on to make it easier to cart around your room. We also talked about having plastic totes to help store your items and keep things more organized. Then we went ahead and talked about a sprayer. This is an automatic sprayer from Ryobi to really just help assist you with keeping all of your enclosures hydrated and all your plants watered and things like that. Then number 4 was these dollar store and Target water bowls and water dishes. And then number 5, obviously, is the space heaters, or some form of heat to keep the ambient temperatures in your room at an acceptable temperature for most reptiles and amphibians. So that's the first 5 list of essentials. We're going to be doing a few more. I'll probably do a video exclusively talking about snake hooks and other things like that. But for right now, those are the first 5 things that I would absolutely recommend that if you don't already have inside of your snake room, I would recommend that you go ahead and give them.
We went over the first five of many essential items that you really need in your snake room or reptile room that'll just really enhance your keeping as a whole. So if you guys liked the video, please like it, comment down below what you found most useful and what you found least useful. If you're not already subscribed, please consider subscribing to the channel, and we will be back with the next video here in a few days. Talk to you guys soon.